You are now here with Moose, and as you can see, I am here at the Kam River Park right now, and we'll be taking a look at the Via Rail train for our episode, specifically a passenger car that Goose has ordered from Rapido, and he received a while ago. So yeah, it's a really nice train. Like, that is just beautiful. Honestly, it could be better, but if I were to have the money right now, I would give this thing a makeover and paint her up like how it originally was. So let's start from the locomotive, from the FP9. So as you can see, 6510 currently has her number boards covered up and such. It is a really nice looking diesel, in my opinion. Right, let's walk down the train and see what we have. Massive Via logo on the side of the FP9 or FP9U. There is only two preserved. This is one of them. Alright. From the looks of this, looks like we have looks like to be a coach car of some kind. It is honestly pretty neat. Yeah, it is. I've only been in this thing once, and it was actually during one of some kind of tour, I think. But yeah, honestly, like look, like the top is literally peeling away. Like, if the black is all disappeared, it'll be just blue passenger cars. Like if it's British Rail Mark 1 or 2 coaches in United Kingdom. Alright, so it looks like we have a kitchen dormitory car. Basically, you can well, the chefs would cook the food in here while the train is on the move, like, I don't know, on the Via Rail Canadian from Toronto to Vancouver, because there's usually one train going in each direction, one going east and one going west. Alright, next up, last is the car that I came all the way here for. So this is the car that ended up in the 1986 Hinton rail disaster 40 years ago. A Via train collided with actually a head-on collision with a CN freight train. And I think my simple theory is that this car only had like little damage, and it was put back into service until retirement. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Let's go back with Goose.
Hey, Moose.
Hey, Goose.
How's it going today?
Good, thank you.
Good. We're back for March.
Yay, March!
Yay, March. Spring is in the air.
Global warming is upon us.
Yeah. The ice is melting. You were down at Kam River Park this morning having a look at something very unique.
Yep.
What was that you were down there looking at?
A preserved via rail train down at the Kam River Park.
And could that be what we've got rolling around on the turntable here today?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, we've got Estcourt, which is the latest release from Rapido. It's the 484 duplex sleeper, which Via Rail took over from CN back in 1978. So it's in the Via Rail CN scheme, the blue and yellow with the double stripes there, which is an iconic Via Rail livery, hey?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very iconic.
A little bit different to the state of the one that you saw down at the real thing there, down at Kam River Park here in Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of sad because it is, as you say in the video, it was involved on February 8th, 1986 in the Hinton rail disaster. It was on the end of the train. So there were no fatalities on Estcourt, but there were injuries. Throughout the years, Thunder Bay has received it, as well as some other coaches, which you had a good look at, and
Yep.
the preserved locomotive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and it's unfortunate in a way that it's getting into the state that it is because it is really a memorial to the Hinton railway disaster of 1986.
Yeah.
23 people were killed, both crews on the head ends of both trains, via number one and the CN freight train out of BC that morning, where both crews were killed, and passengers and crew on board. They're not sure if the locomotive engineer or conductor had a stroke or a heart attack or something, but they blew a signal, and they blew three signals actually, three reds in a row apparently that they
Yeah.
blew, and had a head-end collision with
With the
via number
V.
one. Yeah. Yeah. So Estcourt was part of that train, and like I said, it was near the back. It was one of the two duplex sleepers in the consist. And so what's unique about the duplex sleepers are the high-low windows, eh? Like you see, they've
Yeah.
got the kind of neat, eh? Like they've got uh, rooms up high and rooms up down low.
It's kind of like other passenger trains, like in the states, like on the Pennsylvania Railroad Broadway Limited,
Mm-hmm.
as an example.
Yep. Yeah, it's a unique look. CN built these in the 1950s, and like I said, Via took them over in 1978, and they were in service until retirement in the early 1990s when Via bought a number of the Bud cars from CP, hey,
Yeah.
and rebuilt them. So the HEP1 Chateau sleepers took over for these. But these are pretty unique. Those windows, those high-low windows. So you come along the corridor past the little roomettes. Um, there were four roomettes with curtains on them.
Yeah.
You come past those, and then you either go for a step down for the low um, sleeper, or you do a step up for the high sleeper. And
You would result in having the high ground.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But apparently they were really, really tiny. I was never in them, but I didn't actually ride the Canadian until about 2005 with my grandma. So I've only ever been in a Chateau car, but I've never, excuse me, I never rode in these. So, but the Rumettes were really tiny apparently on the duplex sleepers.
My heart goes out to those people who were claustrophobic.
Oh yeah, if you were afraid of tight spaces, that's true. It was pretty tight quarters in them apparently, but comfortable nonetheless. So for an overnight, couple overnights from Toronto to Vancouver, or back again the other way, Vancouver to Toronto, would have been a nice journey for sure.
Indeed.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, the beautiful thing about riding the train, right? You can get up, you can walk around, you can go to the dome car.
Meet up with some people, make new friends.
Exactly.
That's like on any other train.
You people. I
Make friends along the way.
don't want to do that. That's not what riding the train is about. It's not about meeting people, is it?
Fair point. I can't argue with that.
I thought it was about listening to the clickety clack of the rails.
Well, if you had a observation deck like on the Polar Express, then you would definitely would hear it.
Yeah, yeah. Not anymore with continuous welded rail.
Yep.
We don't hear the clickety clack anymore. Yeah, so that is Estcourt in much better shape than what the prototype is, and hopefully we can get the prototype back to looking like this with the sharp blue paint, yellow stripes, the Estcourt logo,
And black
nameplate,
roof.
black roof again, yeah, because it truly is. It's a memorial to the Hinton railway disaster, and it's a shame that it's in the shape that it is. Yeah. Estcourt too, it's part of the E series. So E series being the cars that were named for places in Canada starting with the letter E. So Estcourt, or Estcourt, I guess, in Quebec, it's eastern Quebec. It's actually a little tiny place immediately across the border from Maine, in the northernmost point of Maine. And apparently they've got really interesting border issues there. Like the border, the international boundary runs through people's properties and through people's houses even,
Yeah.
which is kind of incredible. But that's where the namesake is the little tiny community in eastern Quebec, right on the Quebec-Maine border, called Estcourt. So that is the history of this sleeper. So we'll get her on the decoder exploder there and have a look at the lighting and see how that looks. You had it.
There we go. Okay, I'm
the
gonna.
Rapido lighter.
All right, I'm gonna. All right, I'm not gonna touch it.
Well, it is kind of tricky. There's a little tiny, I don't know if it's a reed switch. I think it's a reed switch in there. And it's just like literally a little tiny reed. It's magnetic, and you just got to get it the right way. You don't even have to actually touch the roof, I don't think. Wave it over in the right way. There we go. So yeah, that's nice lighting on that.
All right.
It's pretty neat that Rapido
Yep.
does the magnetic wand. Your thingamabob, Ontario Northland.
Yeah, my Ontario Northland ST70M Ather and Genesis.
Your buffet coach.
The Rapido Ontario Northland one.
It should, if it doesn't have one of these, it's got lights in it too.
Yeah, it's a good thing I have it in my backpack.
Yeah. So that's you can see some of the detail in there.
Yeah, some seats inside, which is wow.
Yeah. Do you actually see beds? Are there beds in there?
No, I think it's how they look like during the day before they're converted to beds.
Okay.
Like if you're like having dinner or something, and the stewardess will come by and change the couches into beds.
Right.
Just like on the Canadian episode of Mighty Trains,
Yeah.
for a good example.
So they've got them set up for daytime, but that's really neat. They've got that lit up really nicely.
Honestly, Rapido has done an absolute job with these things.
They have done a really good job, yeah.
Even over the years.
Yeah, and you can see more clearly with the lights on. You can see the duplex high-low windows that much more easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, definitely a solid 10 out of 10 on this Rapido product.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's got some good weight to it too. And it has the steam connectors too for the because these were still,
they were all steam heated.
Yeah.
You would either need a diesel locomotive that has a steam generator built in, or get a steam generator car and you're good.
Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, even modern diesel locomotives like their F40s, because they had head-end power, they still had to connect to a steam generator cars before all the CP ones were upgraded to head-end power.
Yeah. Which is what HEP stands for, right? Head-end power.
Or just HEP.
HEP, yeah. HEP.
Indeed.
Well done. Hopefully we get the lights on at the one at Kam River Park one of these days too.
Nice. If I bought the whole Via Rail train, I could probably make it into a house. But leave everything, but leave the inside how it is, but with a new coat of paint.
Yeah, you could. You may want to move it though. I don't know. Would it fit in your yard? Do you have 85 feet of space
Oh my god.
at least?
I'll have to go outside of town to build myself a property and transport it by road.
Yeah.
One of those huge mover companies like you see on TV.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us this week. Thanks for shooting your video.
It was my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by with us and looking at Estcourt here, the 484 duplex sleeper from Rapido, just released in February 2026. See you next time.